Peace and love. Assalamu alaikum. I am Shantae Neely Bay. Some call me Taya. Some call me Empress. Some call me Meek. My family used to call me Bula. But no, I wanted to come and talk about an experience that I had today. And I wanted to wait until all of my adrenaline and what have you kind of subsided. I'm sitting in my purple light behind me for my crown chakra, representing that, and got my blue light up top, representing the throat chakra, because I want to be able to utilize them well. I don't want to fuss, cuss, or do none of that. No yelling, because earlier I was really pissed off, and I'm gonna tell you why. I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, South Side, and if everybody knows, not if, everyone knows, we are known for our great food. A plethora of great food chains, restaurants in Chicago. That's one of the reasons people come to Chicago is for the food. We got the taste of Chicago, what have you. But one of the most famous and iconic restaurants in Chicago is Harold's Chicken, to be exact. It was founded in 1950 by Harold Pierce on the south side of Chicago. And it's been a staple. It's been for years. I grew up on it. I'm 36 now. I grew up on it. I probably was out the womb eating chicken. Harold's Chicken, to be exact. And if anybody's ever had Harold's, If you ain't from Chicago, go check it out. But nonetheless, I've been living in Nevada for about almost 4.5 years now, and they now have 2 locations, one in Henderson, and I think just recently, maybe like a couple back in 2022, they put a location on the north side, so in North Vegas. So anywho, me and my boo thing, we running some errands. We trying to get stuff done for her trip tomorrow. And we headed back to the house. We passing Harold's. She's like, oh, let's see if Harold's open. We barely could see the sign, but they were open. So we pull up. The windows is tinted on the outside. And they in a cut, too, so we really didn't know. But, they were open. Anywho, we, came and ordered some food. Now, I think this has been our third time. The first time we went, they were just opening up, so we ordered, I don't know if we ordered lemon pepper. I want to say we did, but we ordered chicken, and it was like a bucket of chicken. I wanted her to try it out, because she never had Harold's before, and I've always, raved about how good it was growing up. So I wanted her to get the experience of it. So the first experience wasn't quite as expected. It was okay. The chicken was okay. Second time we went, they didn't even have any chicken. Like, how are you a chicken restaurant and you don't have any chicken, but you're open, but you don't have any chicken? Now, over the years, they have expanded their menu, so they have shrimp, gizzards. They've always had gizzards, catfish, and some other stuff. But they're known for their chicken. But they didn't have the chicken at that time. So fast forward to tonight, February 5th, 2025, we go and, we ordered a 12-piece chicken wings with 2 pieces of catfish. Now, mind you, where I'm from, like I say, I'm used to, ordering a chicken dinner, and they come with fries. You get the chicken, come with fries, and they give you a couple of pieces of bread and mild sauce. Now, if you're from Chicago, 9 times out of 10, you're going to want the mild sauce on the chicken and the french fries. I don't know nobody that's from Chicago that has ever ordered Harold's chicken with the mild sauce separate, unless you're doing like a big platter or something like that, a big bucket. But that's like we go to like the one of the chicken spots and get a big thing of chicken, like JJ's or wherever. But normally, if you are going to Harold's Chicken, you're going there to have your mild sauce put on the chicken. Now, if you do get on the side, they give you a big, thing, like a cup full of mild sauce on the side. That's if you wanted to. But like I said, I like mine on it. But anywho, so we ordered chicken, didn't come with no fries, then they didn't give us no pieces of bread, and gave us three little things about this size of mild sauce, supposedly mild sauce. The stuff was not nearly close to mild sauce. It tasted like barbecue sauce mixed with ketchup. It didn't taste like the mild sauce that I'm used to. So we get all the way back to the house and we eating the chicken and it's just like, it's so bland. Sonny, please, hey, stop it. I got a little Pouchon, smallest dog I never have, and he over here whining. It's bedtime for you, actually. It's my bedtime too, but anywho. Yeah. So they gave us these, 3 little mild sauces, and the chicken was so bland. I'm talking about it didn't have any seasoning at all. Now, like I said, I'm used to getting my mild sauce on the chicken, but if I ever had the mild sauce without the chicken, you can see the seasoning on it. You can see the seasoning on it, and you can see the seasoning in the mild sauce. But this chicken was so bland, it didn't have no seasoning on it. The mild sauce was horrible. Chicken was horrible. Fish was horrible. So this is the Harold's that's on, I think it's 6320 or something like that, and on Simmons in North Vegas. There's only 2 locations. So, so we eating it and like, this ain't right. I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, like, but like, no, the mild sauce wasn't milding. It wasn't milding at all. The chicken wasn't hitting on nothing. So I'm just like, well, let's just go get our money back. Because I spent like $27 and some change. The 12 piece was $15 and some change. The two pieces of catfish was $9 and change. So it came out to be $27. And I'm so glad I didn't tip them because they didn't deserve it. Because thankfully I was able to get back in time before they closed at 10 p.m. It was like 9:30 when I left the crib, and I'm about like 10 minutes up the street. So I get there, and the cashier, young lady, pregnant lady or whatever, she was kind. She was sweet. She asked me how may she help me, and I told her, I'm like, listen, I need my money back. I would like a refund, actually, because the chicken was not seasoned. I mean, it wasn't even that it wasn't seasoned well. The chicken had no seasoning on it at all. Okay? So I tell her that, I proceed to tell her that, and then, I tell her about the mild sauce, how it was, first of all, it was small in quantity, and I'm like, do y'all not put the mild sauce on the chicken? She said, well, no, we don't do that because some people don't like it on it already. I'm like, well, if the mild sauce was Harold Pierce's mild sauce, then I guarantee you they would want the mild sauce on the chicken already. Bet you, any top dollar. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. But I'm like, well, That's true that people may not like it on there already, but I'm from Chicago. I had to let it be known. I'm from Chicago, so I don't never get it without mild sauce on it. And two, you didn't ask me whether I wanted mild sauce on it or on the chicken or not. But don't just assume that since everybody don't like it, that just ask. Say, hey, you want mild sauce on the chicken? On I would have said I want it on the chicken. That may have made it a little bit better, but I don't know. But I'm like, the mild sauce wasn't even good. So she goes and tell the guy, he was washing the dishes. I guess he's the one who cooked it, because she clearly said, I'm like, who was cooking it? She's like, well, not me. I don't know. I don't even know how to cook chicken good. I messed it up. I'm like, oh, I'm glad you're not cooking it then. Because our order took about 25 minutes to be made, and I'm like, how was it taking so long and it wasn't even seasoned? Like, what was you doing? Just frying the chicken and the fish? Like, why did it take so long? So she goes and tell the guy, he looking like with a stank face, like some young light skinned fella. Sonny, please. You didn't ate, you done went outside, you didn't pee, you didn't poop, you good. You just hit me on this phone and you want to act out. Don't do that. I do not like when you do that. Small dog. So this is this little Poochon. He's a Bichon Frise and a miniature poodle mix. Smallest all I ever had. I've always had pits, Rottweilers, Huskies, and they chill just fine. Mind their own business at that. This one right here is such an attention seeker. Anywho, he looking like he asking her, well, why she wants, why I want my money back. No, and I told him why. He said, well, I can remake it for you. I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want, this is my last time ever coming here. I don't ever want this food again. I just want my money back. He goes and said, oh, I'm not giving you no refund. First of all, poor customer service. I've been in customer service for well over 10 years. I was nationally certified in customer service back in Chicago. So proper customer service would be to, Sonny, I'm not going to tell you one more time. I'm not going to tell you no more. Please stop. Proper customer service, once a customer comes in and expresses their dissatisfaction with the establishment, with the food, to show empathy. Hey, I apologize that the food wasn't to your satisfaction. Would you like me to make you a fresh batch, or I can do that for you. Give me an option. First, apologize, and then give me some options. But he just like, no, I'm not, I'm not giving you no refund. Then he goes to say, well, I'm like, well, no, I want my money back. I don't want you to make the food no more. I want my money back, because this was just poor representation of Harold Pierce's Harold Chicken. Like, y'all did him dirty. Y'all are messing up the Harold's brand, the Harold's name. It's iconic. Like, come on now. Poor representation. So then he says, well, the manager isn't here. And I'm like, well, when does the manager get in? The kind cashier, I think her name was Brenda, something like that. She said, well, she gets in, at around 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I will be back tomorrow. I wrote my number down, my name, what I ordered, and that I will be back to get my refund. And I'm also going to express how poor the customer service from the cook was. Like, I've never experienced that. Even in Chicago, like, our hospitality is so pure, it's so authentic, If I would have in Chicago, if I would have went and said, hey, my order went wrong, they would have apologized, they would have remade it, and it would have been much better. Now, had I been in Chicago and they offered to remake it, I probably would have said yes. But this was my third time being there, second time actually getting chicken that wasn't seasoned. Like, how is remaking chicken that's not seasoned going to do anything for me? What you going to do? Put some salt in it, call it a day? No. But had, that I've been in Chicago, they would have apologized. they would it would have been it would have been a much kinder and more pleasant experience. And like, oh baby, I got let me make you up a fresh batch. I'm gonna, make sure it's seasoned well. I do apologize about that, and I would have went on my merry way, being happy with my Harold's chicken. But no. Um, so I was like, okay, I'll come back. But the fact that you're telling me that you're not gonna give me a refund is which one is it that you're not gonna do, or is that you can't do it because you're not the manager and they are not here? Say that and don't be rude about it because you can't cook chicken. I appreciated the honesty from old girl saying that she didn't know how to cook chicken, but old boy clearly didn't either. Don't know how to cook a lick of chicken. Like, it don't take much to season chicken. And then the way the chicken is made is so flaky, and I don't understand it. It looked like how that how they be displaying food and how it looks old and stuff like that. That's how it looked. Like, it just was unreal. And you know our fault for not checking the review. I usually would check reviews and stuff like that, but this is Harold's, and you can't mess up Harold's. If you mess up Harold's, then close shop. And I believe Harold's daughter, Kristen Pierce, I believe she lives in Nevada, and is the sole owner of the Harold's Chicken. So, or the petition. Either one. Some ain't right. Some ain't right. I can't stand when we have places in Chicago that are really good, and then they bring them to a place like here in Nevada, and they mess it up. When I lived in Atlanta, before I moved here, there was a Harold's Chicken in Georgia. It was, but they turned it into it was, like a nightclub. It turned it at nighttime, at a certain time at night, it turned into a nightclub. But it's the Harold's, I believe in Edgewood. Is it in Edgewood? In Georgia, but they're much better than out here. Much better than out here. So yeah, I don't know what's up with Nevada, because even the location in Henderson, I've heard people say that the chicken wasn't good, and I'm like, okay, you always got to experience something for yourself. Many people can say something's nasty, but it's all in how your experience is, and how everybody's taste buds is different. But no, that everybody who has been saying bad things about these locations has been true. And I checked the reviews; they saying the same thing. Chicken bland, customer service is sucky, mild sauce ain't good, the atmosphere ain't good. Just, I'm like, what's going on, Harold's? Y'all giving Harold's a bad name. Y'all give Harold's a bad name, and then y'all want to have stuff so highly priced. Like, this ain't that. I can see if the food was. It's like when you walk into a Harold's, you can smell the chicken. You can smell it. Like, you can smell how good it tastes. We walk in that Harold's, and it had no smell to it, no nothing. It's just, ugh, all dirty looking, and she damn near finna have her baby walking around trying to make, prepare these orders and stuff. And I'm like, I didn't want to, go off on the pregnant lady. Like, I ain't, you already got enough going on. But that dude, like, he was out of line. Was out of line, but me being a bull, like, I would have went completely off. But I'm like, you know what? I'm too powerful. One of my friends had hit me up. It was funny because one of my friends from Chicago hit me up and was just checking on me, and I told him, tell him, hey, I had to call you, when I got some free time, because I was dealing with that. But he's like, man, like, that's just absurd. They not like us. They not like us. People that try to do these Harold's in different places other than Chicago, it's just like, y'all ain't got the recipe. And it shouldn't be that you are, deviating from the original recipe, because you should have the recipe for the sauce. You should. I mean, who don't know how to fry chicken? It's beyond me. When I was younger, I used to burn it up, but I know how to fry some chicken now. you know. And I ain't no cooking nothing like that, no top shelf, no nothing. But I'm a foodie and I know what tastes good, and that wasn't it. So I just want y'all to know, y'all out here in Vegas, do not go to Harold's. But what I don't want you to do is be so disgusted and disappointed with it that you think that that's how Harold's taste. If anybody wants to experience true, authentic Harold's, and that's what they said too. They had a sign while I'm in the restaurant. I'm reading the little message on the wall, and it's it said who the founder was and when it was founded and where, and that they try to be true and authentic to the like. No, you're not. That's false advertising. Y'all lying because y'all not being true and authentic to Harold Pierce. And no, you're not. So back in what is maybe like I want to say back in like October, maybe November. My boo thing and I we went to the Queens of not the Queens of Comedy, the Queens of R&B tour at SWV and Escape back in I think it was October. So but it was in Joliet, Illinois. So we went out there and then I took her to some Harold's in Indiana. I was going to see my mama. So we in Indiana, and it was, I'm telling you, this Harold's was a hole in the wall. It was like construction going on one side, the small little corner spot. The sign was old. Inside, it was the summertime, so no, I think it was like around, it had to be like in October, because it wasn't that cold, but it wasn't like it was, hot either. But yeah, it was flies in the place, but man, it was a guy in there, chubby dark skinned guy with his woman and their daughter, and the food was superb. The food was on point, and she enjoyed it, because she had always wanted to try it. So the only way you're gonna get the real deal holy feel is if you actually go to Chicago or Indiana, or anywhere in Illinois, Chicago, wherever in Illinois, and you have to actually go experience Harold's in Chicago, or like I said, some parts of Indiana. But if you're in Chicago in the city, you probably want to go to like 87th, or I don't know if the one on 103rd is still open, but shoot, go on the south side of Chicago and go to a real spot. So anybody want to experience Harold's in Vegas, do not go to the Harold's in Henderson nor the one in North Vegas. Book you a flight, and if you want to, you can do it. You go to the Taste of Chicago. That'd be around I want to say in July, around the 4th of July. I believe that's when they have the taste. So, but if you don't go to the Taste of Chicago, look it up. Maybe you want to take a trip, take your family out there, make it a family thing. But if you don't go then, just book your trip, to Chicago and just shoot, put in Harold's, anyone in Chicago. It don't matter. It don't matter. Some people argue with what spot's the best. I'm just go to anyone. You're not gonna be disappointed. But the ones out here, trash. Kristen, hey, you gotta do something, man. You gotta do something. I done wrote a Yelp review. I'm gonna have to do a Google review. I'm gonna do all the reviews. I'm gonna have to talk to somebody. I'm gonna have to talk to Kristen herself because I can't. I'm not finna have y'all doing Harold's like this. No. Not when I talk so highly of it to people I know out here in Vegas, and they going to Harold's thinking, oh, okay, that ain't it. That ain't it. Book your flight to Chicago, go to Harold's. This just like it's the Garrett's out here. It's okay, but it ain't, and then they have other popcorn spots that be trying to have a Chicago style. It's not, no, if you want to experience Garrett's, go to Chicago. Go to Chicago. They got one out here, and it's okay, but it ain't, you know. Or Giordano's is okay, but see, them out here, they used to, I don't even know what piece of place they got that's hitting any piece of place in Chicago. Not one. So it's just like all the Chicago food that they be trying to bring out here is, it be too high priced, and it's the quality of the food is just trash. So we gotta do better. We gotta do better. We gotta. I wonder if it's people, the chains that are out here, the franchises out here, is it people from Chicago running them? Like people from Chicago cooking, because y'all ain't quite got the recipe down pat. So I was highly upset. I was highly disappointed. Like I said, this was my third and last time ever going. Like I'm done with it. I'm done with it. So anytime I want Harold's, unfortunately, I'm gonna just have to, not. It ain't even unfortunate. It's unfortunate that I'm gonna have to go to my hometown, but I'm gonna just have to make a trip. I'm gonna take a trip and say fuck it, because this ain't it. And I said I wasn't gonna cuss, so I still feel out. But I'm just saying, y'all gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better. But I really, because I was certified in customer service, I pride myself in that, and I hate being treated poorly, especially when I'm being polite and I'm not, raising my voice or cussing at you, being all nasty with it. I'm just expressing how I feel about what I ate, and how I would like to be refunded. So I just, that really just was sent me through the roof. That it ain't even about the fact that, okay, the manager ain't there to refund me, but it's like, if you would have just addressed it better, showed a little empathy, and neither one of them apologized about it. Just was like, I mean, I know they were kind of embarrassed, the fact that I said the food was bland and chicken wasn't seasoned and the mild sauce was nasty. I mean, I'm pretty sure they felt embarrassed. But y'all looking at y'all reviews? Because y'all reviews suck. Y'all reviews will tell y'all. Like, people ain't lying. They ain't just trying to be mean. Like, check y'all reviews, and please try to do it better. So I'm gonna tag Harold saying this too. I'm gonna post this on my YouTube, and something gonna have to be done. Something gonna have to be done. Like, y'all gonna have to figure it out if y'all want to stay open. Y'all had already filed bankruptcy. I think about it a few years ago. So y'all gotta do better. Y'all have to do better. But yeah, so I just want to leave with saying this, that my Nevadians or whoever in Nevada, you live in Nevada and you want to experience Harold, just don't go to the one in North Vegas and Henderson. Just book flights to Chicago. Book a flight to Chicago. Like I said, you can go around the Taste of Chicago around that time. You can go 4th of July or even Pride Month, whatever, wherever you want to do. Just book you a flight to Chicago. It ain't, book you a flight in advance, take you a trip, go in the summertime, because you're going to be tripping about it being cold. So just go in the summertime from June to August, and have your ball. Have your ball. But don't let the Harold's out here deter you from actually experiencing true, authentic Harold's chicken with the mild sauce, with the side of bread. You know what I'm talking about? With the fries, with all that. All that. And thank me later. Peace.